Hello friends, this is Raman Gill with your daily Forex market analysis for June 15th, 2016. Let's start off by taking a look at the calendar here for tomorrow. We have a really busy calendar. We start the morning off with the average earnings index and claimant count change, which is the employment numbers out of the UK here. And then moving on to the New York session, we have manufacturing sales number for Canada, and then we have PPI number for the US and core PPI Empire State Manufacturing Index at 8:30, and then 9:15 a.m. Eastern we have capacity utilization rate and industrial production. These are sort of the precursor to the retail numbers that come out, so these are important numbers. And then the most important thing in the afternoon is the FOMC here, which is at 2 p.m. Eastern. FOMC statement, federal funds rate. The interest rate here is not expected to change. However, the market will be watching for what the discussions were in terms of the FOMC meeting and also the FOMC press conference at 2:30. Market would be looking for clues as to when the interest rate will be raised for the US dollar. We also have crude oil inventories tomorrow and GDT price index, which is the dairy prices for the New Zealand. These are really important numbers for New Zealand as dairy is one of the big exports for New Zealand. And then we also have in the evening session, Asian session, we have GDP number for New Zealand. Again, a very important number here. We have Bank of Canada Government Pola speaking. We also have employment numbers out of Australia. And then finally, we have RBA Deputy Governor Lau speaking and monetary policy statement for Japan. So all in all, very, very busy day. The entire day, all the sessions have important data coming out. So tomorrow will be one of those days you want to watch out for volatility and maybe one of those days to sit on the sidelines potentially. We'll start by taking a look at the Euro US dollar daily chart here. Very strong bearish close for the day, and as a result, we would expect tomorrow to be another down day as well. In terms of the pullback, we could look at this 1230 number. Looking at the 1 hour chart here, it's also the pivot point and the strong support and resistance area here, which makes it a good turning point. So we could look for a pullback into the pivot point here at 112.31 and then a drop from there. However, if the price does hold above this 1230 level, we're looking at this 11300 level for a potential pullback here. And at this point, we'll be looking to see if the price holds above this 1300 or 1320 level, and this could be another place where we may see a rejection and a potential move to the downside. Moving to the pound here, again, very nice solid close for the day, very bearish close, so we're expecting another down day. However, we have seen a big move to the downside in British pound, and at this point, we should be expecting a bit of a pullback here because it's been just one directional move over the last few days. As a result, we may be looking for a pullback into this 4180 level and maybe even higher all the way up to 4267. So we'll keep that in mind at this point because it is a solid daily bearish daily close. We're looking for another move to the downside, but be mindful of a deeper pullback in the pound before it drops here. So for the target, we are looking at a 140 level here, which is this support and resistance level. At this point, we do see that it hasn't substantially broken the previous level here, so we could see a deeper pullback in the pound. Looking at the 1 hour chart here, as you can see, the move is starting to become more compressed now. So as a result, we're looking at this 143.30 level for a potential pullback or even all the way to 14400. Just to keep in mind that at this point, the British pound and any cross that has British pound in it is very, very volatile because of all the Brexit concerns. And we would expect British pound to be volatile over the next couple of weeks till we actually go into the referendum on June 23rd. So anything leading up to that over the next couple of weeks, we should see a lot of volatility in the British pound. For New Zealand US dollar here, we did see a solid close for the day, which is very bearish here. In terms of the pullback, we'd be looking at this 70-30 level, which is this pin for a potential pullback, and we'd be looking for a move to the downside. In terms of the target, we're looking at the 69.50 level as the first target, and then 68.90 level, this one here, or 6900 level as the second target. We do have GDP numbers coming out for New Zealand tomorrow, and also the dairy prices, so those could have an impact on New Zealand here. Looking at the 1 hour chart here, we could see a pullback into, this will be the first level for a pullback into 70-30 level, and then further up this 70-80 level could be another point for a pullback, and then a drop to the downside. Our first target is 69.50, which is S2, and then S3, which is 6900. For Australian dollar here, we did have a bearish close for the day. However, the price is at an important support and resistance area at 73.20 here. So we could get a pullback all the way up to 74.20. We did see the price move up. However, it hasn't dropped very much. So the last 2-3 days it has been in this range here, so we could see the price go up and test the top of the range and come back and test the bottom of the range. So if the price holds above 73.27 area here, we're looking for a pushback up and all the way into potentially into 74.18 area here, 74.20. And if the price holds below 74.20, we're looking for the price to move down. So at this point we could trade this as a range. However, if the price breaks this 73.20 level, we're looking for the next target, which would be 72.80 level here, and then potentially back into this range here. Here's our 1 hour chart. As you can see, over the last couple of days, we have seen the price just trade within this range. So at this point, if the price comes and holds above the 73.20 level, we're looking for a pushback up. However, if the price comes and tests this 7400 or 74.20 level and holds below this level, we're looking for a move to the downside. And for a further move to the downside, we're looking at this 72.80 level. Dollar CAD here, we have been seeing a move up in the US dollar here. However, this doesn't look like a very strong move. It's very compressed. These candles are really small. So at this point, we could see a pushback up into 2900 level, or even potentially into 2130 level, 2990 level here. However, because the move is so compressed at this point, we have to be open to a downside in dollar CAD. So we could see the price go and test either this 2900 level or even the 130 level or 2980 level, and then drop from there. So even though the candle bodies are bullish, it may not be a big bullish move. Looking at the 1 hour chart here, we have been seeing over the last few days the move has been to the upside. However, we are coming into this move is becoming compressed here, and we are coming into the top side at 2900, 2920 level, and if the price holds below that, we could see it start to come to the downside here. And that's it for now. I will see you in the trade room.